Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Yeah, here in what was this Mikota camp here in the fringes of Giabania. Here's a plus quest with a picture. So let's see where that leads us. Nunh is in need of a skilled warrior. Ah, Svenja, might I trouble you for a moment of your time? In recent days, a young seeker of the sun has seen fit to issue me several challenges to combat. I can only assume he means to assume the role of Nunh and leader of our people. Tradition dictates the strongest among us must take the position, so I gladly face any who believe they are fit to lead. The problem, however, is this challenger is decidedly weak. No matter how many times I put him down, he refuses to concede. His invitations to duel were a mild annoyance at first, but I've come to find his single-minded determination to be intriguing. In fact, I was hoping you would consider training him. I realize how absurd it sounds to help my rival to be, but I'm curious of his potential. If you would take him under your wing, he is likely loitering about Virjala. Safe travels. Now, young warrior. You an adventurer has been sauntering about the village. What do you want? Ras asked you to train me? Pfft, I don't need his pity, and I certainly don't need you. And I prove it. After I beat you bloody, I defeat Ras and take his my rightful place as Nunh. Okay. Just cutscene defeat. Damn it all, why? Why am I so weak? Alright, fine. If you mean to train me, then get on with it. That's what you came here for, isn't it? Good. After a few lessons from you, Ras will wish he never sent you to me. I refuse to end up like my father. I will become stronger, even if it means accepting help from my enemy. Where were we? Should probably introduce myself. You can call me Mazette. Now, how about you show me what you can do? Hold on a minute, I didn't mean I want to fight again. I want to observe, preferably from a safe distance. A gazelle would make for a good fight, and they graze nearby. Let's be off. We should be close. I will need to put equipment. Well, now, I can see why my beating earlier was so swift. I was stronger just for having watched you fight. Maybe I can put some of those moves to use against Ras. I need a moment to think. Alright, I think I'm ready. The title of Nunh is as good as mine. and beaten with ease. Not again. Why am I so weak? Do you not tire of this fool's errand? Tell me, why it is you seek the title of Nunh? My father was Nunh of an M tribe. Until his title was stolen, we were driven out of a village. Then, just when I thought things were at their worst, he abandoned me. That is your fault. If you hadn't taken away his title, he'd still be here. I'll rip you limb from limb for it if I have to. You wait and see. His father was Nunh as well. There was a time when the Ant tribe was led by 2 Nunhs. In the common tongue, it is often interpreted as chief of a tribe. But first and foremost, we are a father to our people. When our hunting grounds are vast and children many, it is sometimes necessary to have a second Nunh as we once did. After the Garleans invaded, however, our lands diminished as did our numbers. We agreed only a single Nunh was needed. Under normal circumstances we would do battle, the loser abdicating that title. But his father relinquished it willingly and left with him from the peering stones. We never heard from him again, Mezet, son of Mad. After all these years he returns, but why would his father leave him to survive on his own? Perhaps there is someone among our people or the Ananta who know what became of him. Take Mezet with you and see what you can discern of his father's whereabouts. You'll like to find him near the southern edge of Vidjala. Here again? Here again. I wish you hadn't seen that. What a bloody mess I was. None of this would have happened if my father was still here. It wasn't easy growing up on my own. But once I become Nunh, though, I finally get the respect and admiration I deserve. I beg of you, help me defeat Miraz. Are you ready to whip me into shape? I've been thinking about how I need to improve, and I'm fairly certain fending off attacks is my weak point. After all, both you and Miraz bested me with a single blow. I think I have just the thing to practice defending myself. Follow me? Was curious now if you could fly up there, but no. The skybox is actually just below this halfway here. Look what I found. Mark 42 grenades left behind by the Garleans. Can you believe it? Word has it you've dealt with them before, so I'm sure you know what these can do. They'll be perfect for practicing my guard. Now take these grenades and throw them at me. No need to worry, I've already emptied out most of the explosive powder. Are you certain this is a good idea? When? Should have emptied them out a little more. I mean, this was nothing. Go ahead, toss another. I think that one had more powder than the last one. Not that that's a bad thing, mind you. Hit me with another, I can take it. I must have forgotten to empty out the powder. But that just means the training will make me tougher. Why, I bet I could defeat Morass right now if I wanted. Or perhaps after a short break. You live, buddy. Those grenades took a toll on me, but I'm feeling much better. My ribs have taken on an unusual shade of purple, but I bet that means the training's working. That means your ribs are bruised or possibly broken. And you need rest to heal. I couldn't have come this far without you, though. It's only proper that I ask you come and see me finally take down Morass. What do you say? Thanks. You don't know how much this means to me. Let's head to the Peering Stones then. Morass won't know what hit him. Mazette, have you come to challenge me once more for the title of Nunh? I have, and this time I will defeat you. Very well, let us reconvene at the valley to the southeast. Reconvene? Are you afraid I shame you in front of your people? No matter. Well, it looks like we're headed to the valley. There you are. I was beginning to think you wouldn't show. Your time as Nunh of the Amp tribe ends today. Before we begin, Mazette, there's something you must know. What now? A terrible tale told to me by the Vera. 20 years ago, a Mikoto of the Amp tribe traveling with child happened upon their people. He claimed to be a Nunh who relinquished his title to avoid creating discord within the tribe. Though no longer one of them, he planned to watch over them from afar. One fateful day, the local wildlife were afflicted with a strange illness that drove him into a frenzy. It was as if they were possessed, forming a murderous herd storming toward the Peering Stones. He could not stand idly by and watch his former home be destroyed, and so he chose to face the beasts alone, leaving his child in the Ananta's care. One after another, the beasts fell as he drove them into a nearby cavern. Yet he would not escape unscathed, for one of the creatures struck him with poison that would soon turn him to stone. His limbs growing stiff, he used the last of his strength to collapse the cave entrance. The remaining crevice that would have allowed their escape was blocked by his cold, petrified flesh. That man was Mart, your father. There were those who called him a coward for leaving, but in truth he was the bravest among us. Do you recall this blade? It has rested here ever since that fateful day your father gave his life to save us. My father's blade. So it's true then. I hated him for so long, Be strong, Mazette. You are your father's son, and one day you shall make a great Nunh. Forgive me. My memories of my childhood are hazy, but I do recall being taken to an Ananta village shortly after leaving the M tribe. Now I know why he left me all those years ago. He was a hero to the bitter end, fighting to protect our people. And now I will protect them too. I need to speak with Moraz. Ah, you returned. Yes, Nunh, I want to apologize for the disrespect I've shown you. You're not to blame for my father leaving. I realize that now. You needn't apologize. We are men of the M tribe. It's only natural that we might quarrel in one way or another. Now that you know the truth, what will you do? If you'd have me, I wish to rejoin the M tribe as a Tia. I will become stronger and one day carry on in my father's footsteps. By his blade I swear it. Very well. I welcome you once more, the Tia of the M tribe. Train hard, young one, and become the man I know your father believed you could be. I would also hold a memorial service to honor your father's sacrifice. We do not have his remains, but I pray his soul will at last be at peace. Thanks for all your help. I might have never learned about my father if you hadn't shown up. The next time we meet, you'll be addressing me as him at noon. At least I hope so. I also expect a rematch for that first thrashing you gave me. Come at me then. I should get going. I have to reintroduce myself to a lot of people. Till we meet again. Words fail to express my gratitude, adventurer. He will make a fine Nunh someday. When his time comes, I hope you will offer him support again, as you did this day. Okay, but here's more. But fortuitous timing, I would ask a favor of you. I spoke again with Avira regarding the death of Mart and heard a disturbing rumor as to why the beasts of Virtiana ran amok that fateful day. I believe the Kelana were behind it. It's hard to believe such a reclusive tribe would do such a thing, but it would be foolish to doubt the word of Avira. We must be certain, which is why I've asked you to seek the truth at the heart of this matter. Perhaps it's mere coincidence, but the Kelana have been acting strange of late, leaving their borders to venture to East End. An ill wind blows across the fringes. Please, you must find out what they're up to. Wait a minute, I know you. Salam Orko. I'm pretty sure we have met before. Let me help you. Griffin's Bane. Oh, thank goodness you arrived. Twice now you saved me from certain doom. After completing my report on Gridania, I thought it prudent to return and learn more about the history of this region. I was especially interested in this tree they call the Percipient One. It's revered as a source of great spiritual energy. I was told this was a place of beauty before the Guardians arrived. Yet an air of gloom hangs over the place. I planned to investigate the degradation of the area, starting with this tree when I was assaulted by the Kelana. But what brings you here? You suspect they've been driving the beasts of the Jala into a frenzy? Perhaps it's related to their strange behavior of late. At any rate, we should have a look around. There has to be a reason why they came all this way. If the fates are kind, they have left us a clue. That was the officer we investigated the mysterious person with memory loss for, that turned out to be a Gallian scientist in creating a deadly poison. A foul odor assaults your nostrils, but you find nothing out of the ordinary. Strange fumes are emanating from the roots of this tree. Did you find anything? I recognize these markings. This is a container of black rose. 12 helpers, if any more samples yet remain. You don't suppose the Kelana hid this thing here? Do you? What could I possibly want with it? Well, there's a snake. Serenia? Are you unharmed? Don't look so surprised. Shooting a few arrows isn't that difficult, even for me. But that's not important. I come bearing news from Ras Nunh. He went to meet with Avira to offer them thanks for taking me in after my father's disappearance. It was there he learned an awful truth about the incident that claimed his life. The Kiliana used a strange fruit to drive a beast of the Jala mad. The stampede was meant to drive out the M-tribe so they could claim our lands as their own. Strange fruit, of course, the Percipient One. It's only a fairy mind, but if the contents of that container leaked into the soil, it may have had an adverse effect on the plant life here. It would certainly explain the condition of this tree. Now that the Gallians are no longer a threat, no longer move freely through these woods, the Kelana likely saw this as a chance to harvest the fruit and finish what they started. It's a plan that reeks of their people, never wanting to sully their own hands. Thanks to you two, we can ensure it won't come to fruition. I'd love nothing more than to avenge my father here now, but I know that's not what he'd want. I'll take her back to the Peering Stones. Ras will know what to do with her. I'd better go and contact certain Marshal Brookstone. We need to get men out here and dispose of a container. Thank you again for your help, Serenia. I hope our next meeting is under better circumstances. Welcome back, my friend. Tell me, what did you find at East End? My word, so what Avira told me was true. I never thought it a concern that the Kelana should seclude themselves. They always seemed so peaceful. Yet our carelessness nearly brought about the end of the Ant tribe. Well, we may not make that mistake again. We will deal with the Kilana you captured after they tell us all they know. I'm honestly surprised to see that Mzatia chose to seek my counsel rather than deal with them himself. There's hope for him yet. Again, we find ourselves in your debt. I foresee great things ahead for the Ant tribe, and I'm certain you have helped tell us on the path to lasting prosperity. And this is a beast tribe, so we do that another time. Okay? Until next time with that. I guess, yeah, the episode should be just long enough. Until next time. And yeah, I'm Mace, and don't get lost.